How's it going, people? It's your boy AC back again with another episode, and welcome back, man. Different settings, different location, same business as usual. We're going to be talking about a few things. This location is not bad. This might be the new setup. Boxing, man, what a weekend. I'm still in awe of just the nature of that crazy knockout from Gervonta Tank Davis over Frank Martin. It was absolutely sublime. Some stellar stuff. This guy is legit, pound for pound, dangerous, absolutely dangerous, man. And it's going to be interesting to see in and around his weight class who can really take up to the task. I know Shakur's being very vocal, but man, some will criticize the resume of either or, but I would definitely give Tank the better resume between the two. And that's just how it is. And Tank has one thing that cannot be disputed. It is he does have that equalizer. He has that big shot and he can box. His IQ is phenomenal. So man, looking forward to seeing what happens next for him. And even if it is the Lomachenko fight, man, that will be an interesting one too. But like I said, age might just play a factor in that. So otherwise, we had some other fights on the card. We had El Monstro, David Benavidez. He returned to the ring, but this time in a different approach. He came up and he moved up to light heavyweight to test the waters there, given that he wasn't given the opportunity to take on Canelo Alvarez, and that one is going to be, it seems to have eluded him, and it doesn't seem that fight is going to be on the cards anytime soon. And I don't know if he's going to move back downwards, but he took on Alexander Gvozdyk, and he looked good. It was a tough fight. He looked good for the early portions of the fight. He dominated the fight for the early portions. But, it was interesting to see him, evenly sized, potentially even undersized, because Gvozdyk looked thick set and really big in there. And, and Benavidez, even though he is the bigger fighter at super middleweight, it may take some time to see him, develop into and really grow into that weight class. I think it would be very high risk if he's to jump straight into, a clash with the likes of a Bivol or a Beterbiev after this performance, because he needs to really find his feet with this weight class. His flurries, while he did put together some sweet combinations, it wasn't the same that we're seeing him used to. And obviously, as you go up in size, speed, energy, timing, stamina, all of these things, are impacted, and you have to really find what works best for you. And he may even have to adapt, his game, because he may not be able to fight in the same fashion. And just the levels between the likes of Gvozdyk and Beterbiev and Bivol is huge. The gap between them is huge. But there is a lot of contenders and a lot of game contenders in that light heavyweight division. So it'll be interesting to see, who he's matched up with next. I definitely would recommend that he matches up with another match in between, because obviously you're going to have the undisputed in October 12th, and then following that, there potentially maybe a rematch or whatever the clauses are set. But man, game contenders. But he got the job done. The win is all that really mattered. He made a move up. He looked impressive doing it. Gvozdyk, he just looks like he's, very much at the tail end, and, it remains to be seen whether he will continue to fight on. But yeah, man, otherwise, so with that, Benavidez, he becomes now the interim light heavyweight champion, and, that is a great achievement in itself, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next. So crazy fights happened over the weekend. But now, let's talk about the reported Boxing Super League taken over by the Saudis. Turki Al-Sheikh is looking to buy out all of the promoters in combat sports, in the boxing world, to set up a boxing league. And man, you know what? That is a fantastic, absolutely fantastic idea. It's one of these things where it's gonna make, again, as we've seen throughout the whole Saudi Riyadh season, that fights we want to see are getting made, and getting made swiftly, and cards are, becoming on par with the likes of the UFC. You're getting very competitive cards all throughout. You're wanting to see the fights from not just the start, and not just the co-main and the main. You want to watch the prelims, and it's just entertaining for everyone to see. And man, it's fantastic work for them. So it can only mean good things if they were to really kind of rein in and take good control over the sport. What it means for the fighters as well is that if you perform, if you you know, it's not going to just come down to who you know. If you can turn up and you can deliver the goods, then you're going to get paid. And all round, I think is going to be super entertaining. You know, evolution, change is inevitable, and for me, I think this is a very positive change, so I would definitely like to see it. So the Saudi League is definitely something that I think is going to be a good thing for the boxing world, and you know, just long may it continue. Super exciting, super entertaining, and it's going to be interesting times. In other news, as per my sources, it is now nearly confirmed Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois will be set to face off in September in Wembley, and man, that is going to be a blockbuster clash. Looking forward to seeing that one. Two British heavyweights duking it out. You know, AJ's been over in Riyadh for some period of time now, so it'll be good to, you know, to see him in Wembley, you know, and it'll be good for, you know, the British fans to see some combat sports coming our way, because obviously, you know, with the likes of Terence Crawford, you know, and the cards going over in the States, we want to see some kind of, you know, UK, you know, blockbuster events. Not to say that, you know, the events of last week were not great, but man, you know, when we're talking about the likes of AJ, etc., these are, you know, the creme de la creme of the heavyweight division. So we want to kind of get that on point.